I came here because that I've seen people who, kind of use the world at their demise. And I know because I have been trapped in a place where that I constantly am trying to reveal myself. And, like for a long time, it's hard to find your way out of a mental case. Like if you've felt like that you did something wrong because of the other way that people have treated you, people have treated me in ways that are, like people who have been acquainted for a long time. But the thing is that if you've always lived on that frequency, you have to like walk yourself out of there. Thanks for the hearts. Hi, Nugs. Hi, Lisa. But, like, as a family reality, that if you have, you know, I was made to think I did things wrong based on other people's behavior. And it makes sense. But hi, Georgia. I'm not good. In fact, I shouldn't be good. I think that's part of the problem is that I've pretended like everything's fine. But if you've been in a situation where that you like I've been calling it family divorce, and like it takes time to rebuild. It takes time to find a normal because if you've left a situation, it probably wasn't, like, but it gets really dark and dirty whenever people want to play with things like you're delusional, and like you're not invited to family events if you don't know that you're delusional. And I'm like, I'm delusional, just. But I'm also realizing that I've never had a safe place to come out and play. That if so in relationships, and like I'm female, so I notice this in men, is just that whenever that they make an order, or like somebody pretends that they aren't interested, and they cause some sort of ripple, that other people actually pick up on this, and you know they're like, oh, the person that is interested is treating her this way, that's how I'll treat her too. And so it really creates like a like a not safe place that, like if people are interested in each other, they should pursue it like adults. And if it doesn't work, then you separate like adults. The thing is that you come together and leave and, you know, not really on a scale foo foo boy BOI 7575. Um what? On a scale from 1 to 10, how pink is it? The discussion? How pink is what? I don't know. I'd say it's a. How pink is what? What is it? I'm not sure what it is, or I would answer you. Life within, yeah. Hello. So, whenever that there's a situation that you have to leave, it it takes time to sort of break in a new reality. That whenever that my eyes are bothering me, I don't appreciate it when people do this to me. Georgia, Georgia. It's it's like a whole reprogramming, like part of it is that there's, a lot of rules that, like I've been asking if I can be a part of my family's lives and, you know, it seems like half the world is on like a schizophrenic. I don't know. It's just, has either, like the whole point of this is that this part of my life is so that I can find a partner. That this whole spiritual sector of myself is finally cleaning off, because what was left behind, is people who don't have anything better to do. Thanks, Danny. I think that the hard part is people forget that we're living a life. Like, people are waiting for something, and, I've been working really, really hard to, you know, to see that I might actually be able to live my life, like, maybe. It's enough for me to at least realize, I think that some people, uh, thank you. I'll do what makes me happy whenever it's safe. Whenever that, you know, when it's safe to come out and play. But it's taken a whole nother realm to do so. Like, some people, like, I learned to tolerate people's, but, like, I'm solution driven. I really want to cry. I think I deserve to cry. I think that, because it hurts. If I've, been in contact with however many people over, you know, the last 10 years or something. If I've been in contact with people for the last 10 years, but it's like each one of those has left something behind, and so I gave it a deal of thought, and I acted upon it, and I, gave it to God. I said, there's nothing that I can see. it's a trick to me, but I've just gotten used to it. That's just the thing. I'm in bed, like but you know, the thing is that I think that, you know, because that other people have certain beliefs that they've made become rules for other people, that part of that cleaning is that. Thank you, Danny. Thank you. Julianne Leveson F505D. People bringing witchcraft this again. What is that? Oh yeah, that's the language symbol. It doesn't look like a language symbol. Why? I mean, you don't have to leave, but you can. I mean, I guess it depends on why you're here. I think that that probably has a lot to do with it. Why are you here? Thank you. John Washer. Tracks dash NYC jewelry. What does that mean? I mean, I do, ultimately believe in, you know, being able to make choices for oneself, but that doesn't mean choices for other people. Just because I do something some way doesn't mean that I think that somebody else should have to do something some way. I think that all people, like I've lived on a very intellectual level for a long time. I don't have any coffee, Danny. Hmm. See, my eyes are bothering me. The problem with this is that, like, I've been, like, I need to be kept safe. That I deal with states of being that are uninhabitable. That whenever that all these things are, like, processing, that at the end of the day, that I can't walk more than a few blocks because I'm in a lot of pain. That I I can't do anything. Um, so whenever someone says, thank you, I mean, for being kind, first off, the hard part is I try not to complain. That the reality is that some people are only satisfied foo foo boy. I want to support other people in their pursuit at what they're doing also. Like, I have a feeling there's a whole hell of a lot of stuff that I've just, I just feel as if that I'm have a lot of things that I'm, for one, educated about. I feel like that, like, if somebody's going to be precise and do something right, that, you know, like, I trust myself. I trust myself with other people, like. I need to paint my nails. Aren't those nice? I could just paint over the top of them. Try red. Red is for love and romance. It's also for creativity and inspiration. It doesn't look very good. Let's paint one. 'Cause, like I got two people in here. What are these two people doing? And what are they? But part of this is being educated. That, like, I am not educated. And I want to be educated. I want to be educated enough to feel as if that see, like, I'm so tired, and part of it is that there's like this jet stream going through this arm and through here, and it's making me really, really heavy. Like, I feel tired. Like, well, thank you, lovely humans. I do not have any coffee, but that's okay. Because I'm gonna go do what I'm gonna have to do, and that's gonna be go to sleep, take a nap, turn a movie on, and just think about better thoughts. I'm so sad. I feel broke. I feel like that I don't have a home. I just feel like that it just has to do with that I know what I deserve. I think the other thing is that, like, maybe being strong for people isn't a weakness. You know, maybe, that I should be able to be upright because otherwise that, maybe it helps me to help other people if I can. I mean, obviously it does, but I get, like I try to really have some like extreme balance. And somebody said this before that there's some things that I've chopped up so teeny tiny small that whenever that there's less words, it can be more effective. And, like I never knew that about myself. I was like, I've worked so hard through this state of being. All right. I'll see you next time.